If you love me, keep to my word. And the Father and I will come and make our dwelling place with you. If you love me, you will rejoice that I am going to the Father, because the Father and I will send you the Holy Spirit, the Paraclete, the Advocate. As you know, we are approaching the great feast of the Pentecost. When 50 days after the resurrection, Jesus fulfilled his promise that he made at the synagogue. Remain in Jerusalem, and the Father and I will send you the Holy Spirit. He's going to come to you for 3 reasons. First of all, to strengthen you. Second of all, to remind you of what I have told you. And thirdly, to give you the stamina to witness the truth, even in front of those who oppose you. And we see that Holy Spirit today working in the first council of the church. When Paul and Barnabas left Antioch, because there were some Jews who were saying, unless these Gentiles become Jew by circumcision and obey the Mosaic law, they are not welcome in the church of Christ. And Paul, together with Barnabas and others, they went to Jerusalem. They come to the church. They come to Peter. And there Peter, together with the apostles and the congregation that they have among them, they really issue forth their concern. And the church comes together and pray. And ask that Holy Spirit to give them the wisdom so they can decide, without hurting nobody, the good for the church. And we see it was decided that the Gentiles have to believe in Jesus Christ. And in order not to set scandal for those among them, they will abstain from eat food that was offered to idols. Not that they cannot eat it, but not to give a scandal that the Christians are participating in the worship of the idols. And they told them also to stay away from unlawful marriages. That marriages that is sung with, that means with the blood. And we know that that was the first council. Now from that council, issue forth 20 more. We have 21 councils in the church. And every time the church has this, as we say, distress, or this debate, or this concern, they go to Rome. And there they together gathered under the guidance of the Holy Spirit to make a decision for the good of the church. We go in the gospel today and we find Jesus tell us that Holy Spirit is going to be our advocate. He's going to be our defensor. He's going to be the one who teaches the truth. He is the one who reminds us of what Jesus has taught us, because the Holy Spirit does not go against the teaching of Jesus. As Jesus said, these are not my words, but the words I have heard from the Father. And the words of the Father is this, that the Father so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him will have salvation. Whoever believes in me and accept my words, accept the one who sent me. And if that is so, the Father and I will come and dwell within him. These are the words of Jesus. You will, if you love me, you will rejoice that I am going to the Father. Because the Father in my name, he will send the Holy Spirit. I am going, but I am not going to leave you alone. I will send the Spirit who comes to you to remind you, to strengthen you, to be my witness in the world you live. That is why Jesus spoke those words today. So that when it happens, we come to believe that Jesus' words come true. Because his words are not a human words, but they are divine words. In the second reading today, we find John again in his vision, seeing the New Jerusalem coming down from heaven, beautiful and so transparent, like crystal, like jasper, And he's coming together down from heaven with a massive walls. That wall is Jesus Christ, who is the foundation of our church. And he said that there were the names of the 12 tribes written on every door. And so even at the thresholds, the names of the apostles. And that's why our church is called apostolic, because it's built on the apostles. And we're still an apostolic church because we are called to be sent to bring that good news in the world we live today. But St. John said that this church or this Jerusalem does not need the sun to brighten her or the moon to enlighten her, because the Lamb, Jesus Christ, is within her who will light the whole church. That's why we are called the light of the world. That's why we are called to go in the world and shine our light in the darkness of the world. Because we are the church who made that church so beautiful, like crystal, without no blemish, without no stain, the stain of sin. Because all of us are immersed in the blood of Christ and are cleansed. And we are invoked upon us the gift of the Holy Spirit that is within us by virtue of baptism, and even his gift by virtue of confirmation. And now we are in the world to continue to proclaim and bring the message of Jesus in the world we live.